Welcome back to the shop. So today I have some pretty simple, pretty straightforward job shop work that I got to do. In fact, it's so simple that originally I wasn't planning on filming this at all. However, I have decided to film it for two different reasons. First of all, I've actually been getting a lot more customer work lately. I've been advertising myself locally, so I've been getting a lot more customer jobs, and I figured if I didn't film some of it, I just wasn't going to have very many videos. So there's that. But secondly, and I think even more important, ever since I started advertising myself to do customer work, this sort of thing, this simple sort of job that you're going to see today, is much more indicative of the kind of jobs that I've been getting. Yes, I do make the occasional feed screw or gear or just sort of more complicated part, but by far the majority of the work that I've been getting is stuff like open up a bore, turn down a journal, that sort of thing. So I thought that it might be interesting to show the sort of work that a person might expect to see doing odd jobs as a small manual machine shop. What we have here is, of course, a brake rotor. Actually, we have two of them, and my job is to machine this outer surface right here. The first thing that I have to do is knock out these lugs so that I can actually get to the surface that I need to machine. There are multiple ways that you could go about doing this. You could always just give them a good whack with a lead or brass hammer. I, however, am taking the less concussive route. I'm just going to push them out with my shop press. All right, so this lathe is just barely big enough to do this job. Those rotors are just under 12 inches in diameter. This lathe is a 13-inch lathe, so we are just going to sneak in there. But this is sort of like fun fact number one about doing this type of work. For whatever reason, the work that comes in, at least the stuff that I've been getting, it tends to be pretty big. People got big parts that they want you to work on. And I don't know, I just always feel like I'm stretching the limits of one machine or another when I'm doing a job for somebody. I am going to be using the 4-jaw to hold on to these. If you look at the back side here, you'll see that there's this inner lip. So I'll be flipping my jaws around and holding on to this inner lip by pushing the jaws out against it. All right, so to dial this thing in, I may have taken the long way around here. If anybody can think of a better way to do this, let me know in the comments. But I started off by dialing in this larger hub face first, just to get it close. Then once I got that dialed in, I moved to the actual rotor face to make sure that it was square to the spindle. And after that was square, I then finally moved to the surface that I'm actually going to be machining, and then just tweaked that back into being concentric. I just wanted it to be right, and this is what made sense to me. But like I said, if anybody can think of a better, faster way to do this, or if this is even necessary, if it needs to be this close, I don't know, let me know down in the comments. All right, getting this thing dialed in is probably the most time-consuming part of this entire job, but now that that is finally done, the customer wants me to take a 1/4 inch off of this surface here. And that's it. Not very exciting or glamorous, I know, but I guess that's the reality. Machining most of the time probably isn't very exciting or glamorous. But, you know, it's always a lot of fun, and we don't do it because it's exciting. We do it because we love it. If you bothered watching this far into the video, thank you so very much. I do truly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff down below, and I will see you in the next one very, very soon.